Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode in Adventures of Comprehension. Tonight we're going to be talking about motivating your readers. If you don't know me, my name is Ciera Harris. I am the author behind Ciera Harris Teaching, and I love coming to you live every week to talk about all things comprehension. All right, idea number 6 tonight on motivating your readers is to read what they read. Yes, I said it. Read what your students are reading. This may seem silly, but for our unengaged and our unmotivated readers, this could be the trigger for getting them and keeping them engaged. So by reading the same exact books that they are, we're able to conduct more formal and informal conversations about the books with our readers. It's super fun. So let's say, for example, we have Brian, and he has picked the book Tornado. It's one of my favorite chapter books of all time. It's a great, easy chapter book for your early readers who are just starting to get into chapter books. And it's a fantastic story too. I have a black lab. It's about a black lab named Tornado. Great story. So he picks up that book, and you notice, he's reading it, but he's one of your unmotivated readers. You know this about him. You want to try something new to engage him more, right? So you pick up your other copy, or you go find another copy of the book Tornado, and you say, "Hey, Brian, are you reading Tornado?" "Yes." "I saw that, and I haven't read that book in so long. You motivated me to read it again. I'm going to read it again too." And, that could be the end of the conversation for that day. Then maybe the next day you go, "Hey, Brian, have you gotten to the part where they find Tornado yet?" And Brian's like, "No." "Oh my gosh, when you get there, let me know. I've got to ask you a question about it." "Okay." And so now you and Brian have this connection. You and Brian have something special to talk about that you and the other students don't have. Whether you're at the bathroom line, lunch line, unpacking, packing, all those just in between random times. You can walk up to Brian and be like, "Hey, what do you think about, are they going to have to get rid of Tornado? What do you think's going to happen? Oh my gosh, I really hope not." And you can just have these actual, true, literal conversations with your students about literature. And it's heartwarming. It helps build relationships, and it's going to help motivate your reader to read. So we are on idea number 7 on ways to motivate your readers. And idea number 7 is to set goals. So sometimes as readers, right, we need a carrot in front of our noses, especially for our younger readers, right? They need that extrinsic motivation. They're still finding out who they are as a reader, and they need that little motivating carrot, right? That's right in front of them. So by having frequent conversations with our readers, between the student and between the teacher, and discussing books that they're reading and finding out why they're reading it and how they're doing with reading and how can they improve, readers become more invested in the time that they spent reading. So when we can have students set goals, specifically reading goals with the teacher, then they now have that carrot in front of them, right? So if I set a specific goal to improve a reading skill or reading strategy, I am now invested in meeting that goal. And to meet it, I need to practice it. And to practice it means I have to read. So I now am reading more because I want to meet this goal by the next time I meet with my teacher. So by having goal setting conferences on a regular basis or conversations with your students, you can inadvertently motivate them to read more by having goals set. All right, idea number 8 is to conduct group or class challenges. So I know that a lot of teachers, and I am guilty of this, I've done many a challenge, reading challenges, where it's very individual based, where a student will either receive a point or, a link in a chain, or they get to put a leaf on their own tree kind of thing, but it's individual based. Meaning I read a book, I get a point, okay? Instead, what that does for your unmotivated readers is show them point blank how far behind they really are. If I'm unmotivated, I'm only going to have one leaf on my tree. My motivated readers over there are going to have 10, 15 leaves on their tree, right? So now I am embarrassed about what's happening. I'm not motivated by that. I'm discouraged by that. So instead of doing individual challenges, try group or class challenges. So what you do, the same exact challenge, just do it as a class. So, for example, maybe you have a big blank tree out on your bulletin board, and as a class, you set a goal for 100 leaves. So now everyone gets to contribute to the goal. Everyone gets to feel like they had success, whether they contributed 5 leaves or 20, everyone met the goal. And so having those and getting your students who are unmotivated, motivated to help, feeling encouraged that they contributed, that they helped be successful with the rest of the class, that's going to really motivate those readers. It's going to help make them feel good inside, and it's going to encourage them to do more and to show them that they can do this. They can contribute. They can be a good, strong reader. Idea number 9 for motivating your readers is to talk with other readers. And I mean by that is letting your students talk to other readers. So, reading, especially for young students, and sometimes even for adults, is a social event. Think about book clubs and, all the online stuff that there are for books out there, all the websites and the journals and all the things that adults and teenagers like to participate in when it comes to books. It's a social event. So, in order to completely, fully comprehend a text, we need to discuss and interpret the text with others. What other viewpoints are there about the text? What are other people's opinions about the text? How do they comprehend it differently than what I comprehended it? How do they connect versus how I connect? So, by making sure that our students all have time to talk about text and discuss books that they are reading, we are inevitably giving our students time to decompose the text that they're reading, and we're allowing our students to share their passion for reading with others. And that passion is contagious. So make sure that you have built time in your schedule to talk about text. So host share circles. Share circles are great. They're easy. You can do them in morning meetings. But share circles, they get to share, they get to ask questions, they get to give quotes, they get to talk about what they're reading. Use times such as your morning circle, when you wrap up during the day, when you're outside in line and you've got nothing else to talk about. Have someone stand in front of the line and they get to talk about what they're reading. But make that talk time a priority, right? It is so important for your unmotivated readers to have that decomposing time and to see how other readers think about their reading and to show that I can do that too. I think about my reading, I get to share about what I read, and I get to see how others are reacting and that they're engaged with how I'm reading. That's cool, right? That's really cool. So having that talk time is so important. Number 10 for motivating your readers is to read aloud daily. It is no secret that in order to build a classroom of motivated, engaged, and passionate readers, that you have to be one yourself. So, this means that you are sharing your passion daily with your readers, with your students. If reading aloud to your class is not a top priority in your classroom and in your day, then students won't make it a top priority in theirs, right? You are mirroring what they should be doing in their daily life. If you are not reading every day, they're not going to want to read every day. You have to be the model. Students need to be immersed in a world of literature. It has to be there. They need to be exposed to different types of books, different types of genres, different plots, different structures, different authors, different illustrators, everything. It needs to completely surround them. Readers need to see the options that they have as readers to know what's all out there and available to them. They need to see that readers can have likes and dislikes and that that is okay. So by making reading aloud every day an important priority, you're ensuring all of this will occur not just for your unmotivated readers, but for all of your readers. It is so important. Um, I believe it's from the Book Whisperer, the 180 book challenge, where she encourages you to read one book every single day of the school year out loud, even for your fourth and fifth grade students. Picture books are so important for them to continue to hear because they can relate so well all of the skills and strategies that they are reading to the picture books. So I hope you found some great and new ideas tonight for motivating your readers. Let me know in the comments which one below was your favorite. Which ones have you tried? Which one have you not tried and are excited to try? I cannot wait to hear from you down below. And I thank you so much for staying with me. So I will talk to you all next week for another episode in Adventures of Comprehension. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.